There's something weighing heavily in the spiritual realm, something that demands your attention, especially where your son is concerned. A message has come through, not just as a whisper of warning, but as a deep call to action. There's a presence around him, something buried deep that he's been carrying for too long, and it's beginning to take its toll. This isn't about small troubles or passing phases. It's something far more serious, something that, if ignored, could bring lasting harm not just to him, but to those who love him most. You may have sensed it already in the subtle changes in his demeanor, in the quiet moments where his gaze lingers too long, in the words he doesn't say. Something is hiding behind his silence, something powerful, something dangerous. The truth is, there's a secret locked inside him, one that he doesn't yet know how to speak, maybe even something he barely understands himself. But its presence is real. It weighs on him, quietly influencing his thoughts, clouding his emotions, pulling him away from the light he once radiated so naturally. He may laugh, he may carry on with his daily routines, but if you look closer, you'll see the tension just beneath the surface, the exhaustion in his spirit. He is not at ease, and though he may not say it outright, his soul is sending signals that he is fighting an invisible battle. You, more than anyone, are meant to see this. There's a reason you've been feeling uneasy. That stirring in your spirit, the concern that's been growing, it hasn't come from nowhere. Your instincts are trying to tell you something, and they haven't led you astray. There is a shadow trying to overtake the light within your son, and if no one steps in, that shadow will grow stronger, consuming more of him with each passing day. The truth, however painful or unsettling it may be, must come out. It can't stay hidden in silence and secrecy. Your son may be afraid, ashamed, or simply confused about what he carries inside, but that doesn't mean it should remain buried. The longer it stays hidden, the more damage it does, chipping away at his joy, his peace, and his connection to the world around him. This secret, whatever form it takes, has begun to shape him in ways that you can no longer ignore. And now the responsibility falls on you, not out of blame, but out of love. You've been chosen for this moment because you have the strength and the heart to walk with him through the darkness. Your presence, your love, your willingness to face the truth with him will be the very thing that helps him break free. This isn't just about uncovering what's been hidden. It's about helping him return to himself, to the light that's been buried under layers of fear and pain. It's not going to be easy. You'll have moments of doubt, times when you question your role or wonder if you're doing the right thing. But know this, your son is not alone. Divine forces are already at work, aligning things in the spiritual realm to support this journey. The heavens are not silent, and you have not been left to face this alone. You are being guided moment by moment, step by step, and every time you reach out in love, you are being met with divine support. You may not know where to begin. The first steps often feel the most uncertain. But start with listening not just to his words, but to his silences. The pauses, the hesitations, the things he avoids, they carry meaning. Approach him not with judgment, but with compassion. He needs a space that feels safe, a presence that assures him he doesn't have to carry this alone. He may not open up right away. That's okay. What matters is that you remain steady, unwavering, so that when he is ready, he knows you'll still be there. This kind of healing doesn't happen in a single conversation. It's a process, and sometimes a slow one. But with every kind word you speak, every act of love, you are loosening the grip this secret has on him. Your faith in him, your belief in who he truly is beneath the pain, that's what will guide him back to the light. He may try to resist. He may push you away. Don't take it personally. That resistance often comes from fear, not from a lack of love. Stay steady. Your love will reach him even when his fear tries to keep you at a distance. As the days go by, you'll start to see small changes. Moments when he lets his guard down, when something in his eyes softens. These are the signs that healing has begun. It may not be dramatic or immediate, but it's real. And as the truth comes to light, as the secret finally finds a voice, the relief will be unlike anything you've felt. It will be as if the weight that's been pressing down on both of you begins to lift. Breathing will feel easier. The connection between you will strengthen. This experience will shape both of you. It's not just your son who is being transformed. You too are on a journey, one that is calling you to rise in love, in courage, and in deeper spiritual understanding. The bond between a parent and child is sacred, and through this process, that bond will deepen in ways you never thought possible. You are being called into a new level of awareness, one that sees beyond the surface, beyond what's obvious, into the spiritual truth of who your son really is. For your son is not just a boy facing a struggle. There is something profoundly unique within him, something that connects him to greater realms. His soul carries light that the world hasn't fully seen yet, and that light has the potential to touch others in extraordinary ways. But for now, that light is under siege, and before it can shine, the darkness must be addressed. This isn't about fear. It's about awakening. About seeing him not just as your child, but as a soul with a purpose, one that needs to be protected, nurtured, and guided. This purpose, this calling, may one day shape more lives than you can imagine. But first, the healing must begin. It starts with truth, with love, with your willingness to walk through the hard places beside him. No one else can do this the way you can. You were chosen because you are strong enough. Your love has a power in it, a sacred force that no darkness can overcome. Even when you feel unsure, even when the way seems unclear, remember this: every act of love moves you both forward. Every moment of patience, every choice to stay present, every time you offer understanding instead of judgment, it all matters. These are the tools that will unlock what's been hidden and start the healing. As your son begins to open up, to let go of the burden he's been carrying, you will both step into something new. There will be freedom, not just for him, but for you as well. You'll see him start to rise again, to reconnect with the joy and strength that was always there, waiting to be rediscovered. The chains will fall away, and what once seemed like a threat will become a testimony of healing. And through it all, Archangel Michael stands with you, sword in hand, watching, guiding, protecting. His presence is not just symbolic, it's real. His message is clear: you are not alone. You are not powerless. And this moment, as hard as it may be, is sacred. It is the beginning of a transformation that will leave both of you forever changed. So hold on to that hope. Hold on to your love. Trust in the divine guidance that has brought you to this point. The road ahead may still have its shadows, but the light is already shining through. The truth will be revealed, and the healing will come. And your son will find his way not just back to peace, but to the fullness of who he truly is. What you're about to understand may shake the way you see your son, but it's time for your heart to open in a way it never has before. This isn't just about learning something new, it's about letting go of what you thought you knew. Your son is not merely the child you've nurtured and protected. He carries something much greater, something powerful, something ancient. This message is not a casual whisper from the heavens, it is a call to your soul, a divine urging to recognize the truth that has been building quietly beneath the surface of your life. Archangel Michael speaks not only as a guardian, but as a witness to your son's silent struggles. He has seen the weight your son carries, the unseen forces that tug at him, the emotional and spiritual battles that don't show up in everyday conversation. These aren't just challenges of adolescence or confusion. They are signs of something deeper, something that stretches beyond the confines of this world. Your son holds within him a spark of something extraordinary, a light that, if allowed to flourish, can reach far beyond his own life and touch many others. He has not been placed on this earth by accident. The forces surrounding him, the strange coincidences you've noticed, the depth in his eyes that sometimes surprises you, none of it is random. This is a soul with purpose, not a destiny shaped by human standards, but by divine design. He was not made to blend in, but to rise, to lead, to shine. His path is a sacred one, and the time has come for you to stop seeing him as merely a boy or a son and start seeing him as a powerful force that has been sent here with intention. You may feel unprepared for what lies ahead, but know this: you are not alone. You have been chosen to walk this path with him. There is a reason this message has reached you now. The timing is no coincidence. Archangel Michael has always been close, watching over your family, ensuring your son would make it to this pivotal point. And now that he's here standing at the edge of his awakening, it is you who must stand firmly beside him, offering not just love, but also understanding, spiritual insight, and the willingness to see beyond appearances. This revelation may stir discomfort. It may ask you to examine your beliefs, your role, your expectations. It may challenge you to rethink how you guide and protect him. But if you can open yourself to the truth, if you can truly see the divine threads woven into his life, then both of you will grow in ways that words cannot capture. This will not just transform your son, it will change you too. You will find within yourself strength you didn't know you had, and in doing so you will come to understand your own place in this sacred unfolding. Your son is not limited to the identity you or society may have assigned him. There is something timeless in his soul, wisdom that seems too old for his age, sensitivity that runs deeper than most can comprehend. The way he observes, the way he sometimes withdraws, the way he seems lost in thought or drawn to things that others overlook, these are signs of a soul in communication with something beyond the veil. Your son is tuned to a frequency most people never hear, and while that makes life harder for him in some ways, it also means he is here for something rare and sacred. You may have already sensed this. Perhaps there were moments where you couldn't quite explain what you were feeling. A nudge from within. A quiet knowing that something about your son's life is different, exceptional. That knowing is not a mistake. Your intuition is guiding you. Archangel Michael urges you to listen to that inner voice. Don't let doubt cloud your vision. The truth that is about to unfold may feel overwhelming at times, but it is necessary. And through it, your family will emerge stronger, more unified, and spiritually awakened. Let go of expectations. Let go of what you thought his life should look like. He is not here to walk the path that others walk. He is here to create a new one. You must trust his instincts, even when they lead him in directions you don't understand. You must support his growth, even when it feels uncomfortable. This is not about control, it is about trust, about faith in the higher plan that's unfolding, even when the full picture hasn't been revealed yet. The divine is working through your son. Even when he struggles, even when he falters, the light within him is never extinguished. But he cannot navigate this alone. He needs you not just as a parent, but as a spiritual companion, one who will stand in the gap when he's unsure, one who will remind him of who he truly is when the world tries to confuse him. Your love, steady and unconditional, is what will keep him rooted as he walks this divine path. Yes, the truth may come in waves. It may not all arrive at once. But each new revelation will bring you closer to understanding the magnitude of your son's role in this life. There will be signs, words he speaks that seem to come from another place, decisions he makes that are guided by something deeper than logic. You may see it in his dreams, in his intuition, in the way he connects with others on a level that bypasses explanation. These are not flukes. These are echoes of who he is, an ancient soul in a modern world, sent here to bring light to the places that have long been covered in shadow. Archangel Michael assures you that protection surrounds him, that even though the road ahead may be difficult, your son is never walking it alone. Divine forces are watching over him, guiding, nudging, preparing him for something greater than what the eye can see. And because you are his parent, you are part of that sacred mission. The two of you are bound by more than love, you are bound by purpose. A divine partnership, chosen before either of you ever breathed your first breath. When the time is right, the truth will come into full view. The veil will lift. And when it does, you'll see your son in a new light, not as someone who is struggling to find himself, but as someone who has always known his path, even if he couldn't yet articulate it. The wisdom inside him, the divine connection that guides him, will become more obvious. And in witnessing it, you too will be changed. You will begin to remember your own calling, the part you are meant to play in this unfolding story. This journey is not without its trials. You will face moments of doubt. You will question whether you're strong enough to help him. But in those moments, remember that the strength you need has already been placed inside you. This was never about having all the answers, it's about showing up with an open heart, a willing spirit, and a love that never gives up. Your son's mission is not just about him, it's about healing, about bringing light to others, about breaking cycles that have plagued humanity for generations. He is a vessel for transformation. But transformation begins at home. It begins with you believing in what lies beyond what can be seen, with you trusting in what your heart knows, even when your mind cannot explain it. Archangel Michael reminds you that the moment you say yes to this calling, the help you need will be there. Whether in the form of divine guidance, spiritual insight, or simply the quiet strength to face another day, you will never be alone in this. The forces of light are walking with you. Every step you take in support of your son echoes in the spiritual realm, opening doors that were once locked, clearing paths that once seemed too tangled to traverse. Do not fear what is coming. Do not fear what will be revealed. The truth may be heavy, yes, but it will also be liberating. It will allow your son to finally step into his power without fear, and it will allow you to rest in the peace that comes from knowing you answered the call. This is not the end, it is a beginning. The beginning of a deeper understanding, a closer bond, and a sacred journey that will leave your souls forever changed. This is the moment, and you are chosen for it. The truth that is beginning to reveal itself may feel like a jolt to your spirit, something so unexpected it shakes your understanding. But this disruption is not here to harm, it is here to awaken. What feels confusing at first will soon give way to something deeper, understanding, peace, and purpose. As this revelation unfolds, you will witness a profound shift, not just within your son, but within your entire family. This isn't happening in isolation. You're not being asked to face this alone. The divine is present with you, and Archangel Michael walks beside you, gently guiding you through every step. You may not yet see how all of this fits together. The pieces might still feel scattered, but soon the picture will form, and when it does, everything will make sense. What you now feel as a heavy weight will slowly turn into something sacred, a gift, not a burden. Your son has been chosen for this purpose not by accident, but because he has the strength and the soul to carry it. He is not only ready, but also deeply connected to something greater than any of us can fully comprehend. His purpose is not limited to his own path. It stretches outward, touching your family, your bloodline, and even the world beyond. There is light in him that is meant to break through shadows, to bring clarity where there is confusion, and to offer hope in places where hope seems to fade. Though you might not yet grasp the full meaning of this moment, trust that the divine has prepared him for what's to come. Every challenge he's faced, every lesson he's learned, has led him to this place. The timing is not random, it is divine. The truth cannot be hidden forever. It is rising, and with it comes the beginning of something powerful. It may be unsettling at first, but it is necessary. Your son's role in this world is vital. He has been molded for something rare and meaningful. What he carries inside him has the power to influence lives, to lift others, to serve as a beacon for those still lost in their own darkness. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that your son is protected. There is no force of light greater than the one that surrounds him now. And while you may feel unsure, your strength and your belief will play a crucial part in this journey. This truth cannot be avoided, it has been set in motion for a reason. Your son's awakening is the beginning of something larger, and with it, the world around you will start to change. So hold on to your faith. Stay grounded. The shock will pass. What remains will be clarity, reverence, and a deep gratitude for being chosen to witness something so divine. The plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Embrace it. Let it move through you. Your son is stepping into his purpose, and through him, something extraordinary will be born.